Hey folks, today we're taking a tasty journey across the good old US of A, exploring the best food festivals in each state. But first, let's just say this. Every state throws around 7 to 10 food festivals a year, and that's just for the smaller states, so narrowing this down wasn't easy. We spent more time going through this humongous list of festivals than we'd like to admit, but with the time we've got, we did our best to pick out some of the best. So if we missed one of your favorites or butcher a few fancy food names along the way, cut us some slack, alright? Now, let's get to the carbs and keto. Alabama, National Shrimp Festival. Every October, Gulf Shores transforms into a seafood lover's paradise for the National Shrimp Festival. This 4-day extravaganza, running strong for over 50 years, lures 250,000 visitors with the siren song of shrimp prepared every way imaginable. With over 50 food vendors serving up everything from crab cakes to conch fritters, it's a coastal feast that'll have you saying "shell yeah" to seconds. Birmingham Food and Culture Festival. Every September, Birmingham's culinary scene sizzles with a spectacle that's hotter than a cast iron skillet on game day. This annual feast, crowned the third best new festival by USA Today in 2023, serves up 5 mouth-watering events. From barbecue battles at Sloss Furnaces to Greek galas at Pepper Palace, it's a culinary roller coaster that'll leave your taste buds dizzy. The grand finale, a grits and grooves brunch that'll have you shimmying with the Grammy-winning Dirty Dozen brass band. It's where Southern charm meets foodie flair, and calories don't count if you're dancing. Alaska Kodiak Crab Festival. This May Madness event has evolved from its Royal King Crab roots to a 5-day seafood spectacular. Scuttle from booth to booth, sampling Dungeness delights and the infamous Bruin Burger, a deep-fried, dough-wrapped wonder that's more carnival than cookout. But it's not all about the claws. This feast serves up a cultural smorgasbord faster than you can say pass the butter. From Filipino feasts to Mexican munchies and Asian appetizers, there's more diversity here than in a coral reef. Fairbanks Midnight Sun Festival. Every June, Fairbanks throws a party so bright you'll need sunglasses at midnight. The Midnight Sun Festival turns downtown into a 12-hour feast for the senses, with 30,000 sun worshippers flooding 8 city blocks. It's where an insane amount of vendors serve up everything from barbecue that'll melt your igloo to Alaskan twists on fair food. With over 40 bands keeping your toes tapping, it's Alaska's biggest one-day shindig, where the sun never sets, and neither does the fun. Arizona Taco Festival. With its new home at Salt River Fields in Scottsdale, each October this festival features over 30 restaurants serving up a fiesta of flavors. From classic El Pastor to daring falafel tacos, there's something for every palate. Carnitas, shrimp, and even mushroom tacos prove that creativity knows no bounds in the taco world. And don't forget the sweet finale, dessert tacos, that'll make your taste buds do the salsa. Devour Culinary Classic. Phoenix's Desert Botanical Garden transforms into a culinary wonderland for the Devour Culinary Classic, a 2-day feast the New York Times crowned the best Southwestern culinary festival. Every February, over 70 local chefs whip up everything from fancy pasta to posh burgers, blending desert vibes with tasty bites. In Phoenix, the second month isn't just for Valentine's Day, it's for having a torrid affair with your taste buds. Arkansas Cornbread Festival. Every November, Little Rock's South Main neighborhood becomes a carb lover's paradise for the Arkansas Cornbread Festival. For $20, you can sample and judge 15 local chefs' unique cornbread creations, from barbecue-infused to Cajun crawfish-studded varieties. But it's not just about the cornbread. Local eateries and food trucks serve up all sorts of delights, including the festival's signature honey butter cornbread sundae. Blazin' Barbecue Festival. April in Manila, Arkansas brings a smoky haze and finger-licking goodness with the Blazin' Barbecue Festival. Pit masters fire up their grills, turning out everything from fall-off-the-bone ribs to juicy brisket. Visitors can hop from booth to booth sampling Texas-style beef, Carolina pulled pork, and creative barbecue fusions. And from tangy sauces to perfectly crisp coleslaw, along with dozens of vendors serving up their best, even the pickiest eaters will find something to sink their teeth into. California. Indio International Tamale Festival. Held on the first weekend of December in Indio, this Tamale Festival draws in over 100,000 visitors annually. Recognized twice by Guinness World Records, the festival features more than 200 food vendors, while the Artesano Tamaleria showcases small batch tamales from local families, and Food Truck Alley expands the menu, with options ranging from Korean barbecue to tamale-inspired sweets. Long Beach Barbecue Festival. When May rolls in, Rainbow Lagoon Park in Long Beach gets smoking hot. And we're not talking about the California sun. The Long Beach Barbecue Festival turns this seaside spot into a meat lover's nirvana. From American classics to Filipino favorites, this saucy soiree serves up a melting pot of flavors that'll make your taste buds dance the cha-cha. And for those bringing the whole brood, Carnival Games keeps the kiddos entertained and away from your plate as you debate the merits of dry rub versus sauce. Stockton Flavor Fest. Also in May, downtown Stockton's Weber Points Events Center becomes a culinary United Nations for the Flavor Feast. This 3-day feast serves up global goodies that'll make your taste buds feel jet-lagged. From sizzling street tacos to savory samosas, this festival is where calories don't count and elastic waistbands reign supreme as vendors dish out flavors as diverse as Stockton itself. Colorado. Pueblo Chili and Frijoles Festival. Each September in downtown Pueblo, this 3-day fiesta is where 150,000 heat seekers gather to worship at the altar of the almighty Pueblo chili. From freshly roasted peppers to chili-infused everything, it's a spicy smorgasbord that'll have you breathing fire and loving every minute of it. Just remember, milk is your friend and antacids are for quitters. Palisade Peach Festival. When August creeps in, this Colorado town goes stone fruit crazy, serving up more peach-inspired dishes than you can shake a pit at. From grilled peaches to peach habanero soup, because why not? It's a fruity feast that'll have you say life through peach-colored glasses. Don't miss the peach eating contest. It's the only time you'll see adults willingly wear more food than they eat. Heritage Fire. Fire up your appetites for Heritage Fire, the annual July event that turns Snow Mist Base Village into a carnivore's dream. This isn't your backyard barbecue. It's where top chefs play with fire and heritage breed meats like culinary pyromaniacs. From whole roasted pigs to fancy cheeses, it's a primal dining experience that'll awaken your inner cave person. Just don't blame us if you start grunting instead of talking by the end of the night. Connecticut. Garlic and Harvest Festival. When autumn leaves start to fall, Bethlehem, Connecticut transforms into the stinkiest and the most delicious town in New England. Every October, the Connecticut Garlic and Harvest Festival invites brave souls to embrace their inner vampire repellent for a weekend of garlicky goodness. From garlic ice cream that bites back to pizzas that'll keep you socially distanced for days, this mid-October feast is where garlic lovers come to find their tribe. Norwalk Oyster Festival. As summer waves goodbye, Norwalk says, "Shucks, let's party." The Norwalk Oyster Festival slides into the scene just when you thought beach season was over. This shellfish shindig, held on the first weekend after Labor Day, is where 90,000 seafood enthusiasts gather to prove that the world really is their oyster. With 40,000 bivalves ready to be slurped, it's a pearl of an event that's sure to float your boat. Hey Stamford Food Festival. When the dog days of summer hit, Stamford turns up the heat with a food festival so nice, they do it twice. The Hey Stamford Food Festival rolls into town for 2 August weekends, serving up a smorgasbord that'll make your taste buds do a happy dance. From celebrity chef showdowns to concerts that'll have you dancing with a full belly. is the ultimate cure for the summer doldrums. Just remember, calories don't count when you're having this much fun. Delaware, Apple Scrapple Festival. The Apple Scrapple Festival, held on the second weekend of October in Bridgeville, is where fruit meets mystery meat in a culinary odd couple that somehow works. For over 3 decades, this autumn affair has been proving that apples and scrapple are the Batman and Robin of fall flavors. It's a slice of Americana with a side of, what's in this again? Holy Trinity Greek Festival. The Holy Trinity Greek Festival, kicking off in early June in Wilmington, is where 10,000 people gather to say Opa to great food and even better company. It's 6 days of plate-smashing good times, metaphorically speaking, of course, where you can stuff your face with spanakopita while attempting to pronounce moussaka. Just don't blame us if you start seeing columns everywhere afterwards. Delaware Sagebun Oktoberfest. The Sagerbun Oktoberfest has been bringing a slice of Bavaria to the first state every September since 1979. It's where you can practice your Prost while noshing on bratwurst that would make a German grandma proud. From potato pancakes to plum cake, it's a feast that'll have you yodeling with joy. Just remember, what happens at Oktoberfest stays at Oktoberfest, mainly because you won't remember it anyway. Florida, South Beach Wine and Food Festival. When winter's chill has you dreaming of sun-soaked beaches and gourmet eats, Miami Beach serves up a feast for the senses. Come February, the South Beach Wine and Food Festival turns the city into a culinary catwalk where celebrity chefs strut their stuff and 65,000 foodies play paparazzi with their plates. It's 4 days of gastronomic glamour that'll have you saying lights, camera, appetite. Epcot International Food and Wine Festival. As summer's last hurrah fades into fall, Disney waves its magic wand and turns Epcot into a global food center. From late August to November, the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival invites you to eat your way around the world faster than you can say it's a small world after all. With over 30 global marketplace food booths, it's like a United Nations assembly where the only debate is whether to have dessert before or after your third helping of poutine. Florida Seafood Festival. When the calendar flips to November, Apalachicola, Florida becomes the shellfish capital of the South. The Florida Seafood Festival, the state's oldest maritime shindig, transforms Battery Park into a 2-day aquatic fest that would make Poseidon jealous. From oyster shucking showdowns to alligator bites that bite back, it's a celebration of all things scaly, finned, and delicious. Just remember that here, sleeping with the fishes is a compliment to the chef. Georgia, Taste of Marietta. When the dogwoods bloom, Marietta's historic square transforms into a foodie's paradise. As sure as April showers bring Mayflowers, this event brings 100,000 hungry humans to feast on offerings from over 50 local eateries. It's not just a taste, it's a full-blown flavor joyride with live tunes, culinary showdowns, and a kiddie corner that'll keep the little ones bouncing and grinning from ear to painted ear. Pigs and Peaches Barbecue Festival. When August sizzles, Kennesaw fires up its grills for a 2-day meat lovers marathon. This smoky soiree draws 60,000 barbecue aficionados faster than you can say pulled pork. With competitive barbecuers battling it out, live bands on dual stages, and enough cold brews to float a boat. It's no wonder regulars keep coming back for seconds and thirds. Atlanta Food and Wine Festival. When September's gentle breezes waft through Atlanta's historic 4th Ward Park, they carry the enticing aromas of the Food and Wine Festival. For 4 glorious days, over 200 culinary maestros orchestrate a symphony of flavors. From down-home Southern classics to international cuisines with a Dixie twist, this event serves up more cultural fusions than a United Nations potluck. And with Georgia-grown Saturday, you can bet your bottom dollar, or peach, that local ingredients take the center stage. Hawaii Food and Wine Festival. This fall feast, spanning October to November across the 3 Hawaiian islands, brings together over 150 top-notch chefs and drink experts. You can dig into dishes like Big Island abalone with Kona lobster sauce, Maui venison loco moco, or Kauai shrimp ceviche. Expert fancy twists on local favorites such as taro-crusted opa or lilikoi glazed pork belly. Drinks might include Kona coffee martinis or pineapple-infused craft beers. It's a chance to taste Hawaii's best, from the sea to the mountains, all dolled up by world-class cooks. Spam Jam. Every April, Waikiki goes spam crazy. This street party serves up the canned meat in ways you've never imagined. Think Sam Musubi, a local favorite of spam on rice wrapped in seaweed, spam fried rice, spam tacos, and even spam ice cream sandwiches. Yeah, we know. Sounds delicious, right? You might also find spam-topped pizzas or spam-filled malisadas, Portuguese donuts. It's a quirky mix of Hawaiian, Asian, and American flavors, all centered around that iconic blue can. East Honolulu Food Festival. This annual May shindig at Mary Star of the Sea Church is where East Honolulu shows off its eats. You'll find local joints dishing out plates like garlic shrimp, Kahlua pork sliders, and ahi poke bowls. Asian fusion is big here. Think Korean-style tacos, Japanese-inspired hot dogs, or Chinese-spiced chicken wings. The Star Wars theme means you might see Wookiee cookies or Yoda green smoothies. It's comfort food with a local twist, perfect for grazing all afternoon. Idaho. Emmett Cherry Festival. When the summer sun starts flirting with the orchards, Emmett, Idaho bursts into a cherry-tastic frenzy. This 4-day extravaganza, known as the Emmett Cherry Festival, pops up in mid-June like a juicy surprise in your fruit bowl. Prepare for a pit-spitting spectacle, pie-eating shenanigans, and enough cherry-themed treats to make your dentist weep with joy. Potato Days. As autumn leaves begin their descent, Meridian's Potato Days rises from the ground like a perfectly baked russet. This September soiree is Idaho's newest ode to its famous subterranean superstar. Brace yourself for a potato palooza featuring everything from classic spud dishes to mind-bending creations like potato ice cream. Because why not turn your favorite vegetable into a dessert? Boise Greek Food Festival. When June kicks off its sandals, Boise's Greek Food Festival turns a slice of the city into a sun-soaked utopia. As if touched by Midas himself, the streets come alive with the scent of grilled meats and honey-drizzled pastries. Get ready to twirl like a Spartan, feast like a king, and fight the urge to shout cheers in Greek after every bite. Just remember, breaking plates is a no-no. Channel that energy into breaking records for Euro consumption instead. It's all Greek to me, and that's the point. Illinois. Taste of Chicago. Every September recently moved from its traditional July dates. Grant Park turns into foodie nirvana for a taste of Chicago. This 3-day feast showcases 40 food stands and numerous food trucks. You can sample a variety of Chicago's food scene, from classic deep dish pizza and Chicago-style hot dogs to international cuisines like Cuban, Thai, and Senegalese. Offerings include Ellie's Cheesecake, Harold's Chicken, and Lou Malnati's Pizzeria. With its lakefront setting and wide variety of cuisines, Taste of Chicago offers a quintessential Chicago experience that draws over 100,000 attendees. Windy City Smokeout. July in Chicago means it's time for Windy City Smokeout, where country music meets serious barbecue for 4 days of fun. Set up near the United Center, this party draws about 100,000 people ready to eat and dance. You'll find famous pitmasters from all over, cooking up Texas-style brisket, Memphis ribs, and Carolina pulled pork. If you need a break from the meat, there's plenty of beer and other food to try. And the music? Big country stars take the stage each night. It's like a backyard barbecue mixed with a concert, and it's become one of the coolest ways to spend a summer weekend in Chicago. Rib Fest, Chicago. When June rolls around, the smell of barbecue takes over North Center for Rib Fest, Chicago. For 3 days, about 20 cooks serve up more than 50,000 pounds of pork. You can try all sorts of ribs and pulled pork, each with its own special touch. And yeah, we know it's smaller than some of the big Chicago festivals, but that's what makes it special. Indiana Pierogi Fest. Late July transforms Whiting, Indiana, into a Polish food haven that attracts over 300,000 pierogi enthusiasts. Their streets fill with babchas, Polish grannies, and a towering Mr. Pierogi mascot, creating a surreal atmosphere. The festival revolves around pierogis, offering classic potato cheese fillings alongside inventive varieties. Kielbasa, cabbage rolls, and punchki complete the Polish feast. Polka bands provide the soundtrack, while a zany parade and vendors selling Polish-inspired fusion dishes keep the energy high. West Side Nut Club Fall Festival. Evansville erupts into a colossal street party every October. Recently voted the top fall fest by USA Today readers, this week-long food extravaganza draws over 200,000 revelers and boasts 137 food booths operated by local charities serving everything from the notorious fried brain sandwich to an array of deep-fried curiosities. Recent additions include pre-sale ride wristbands and an enhanced munchie map for easy food tracking. Indianapolis Italian Street Festival. The month of June sees Indianapolis embrace its inner Italia for a weekend. This Italian celebration offers a taste of La Dolce Vita without the price tag. Admission and parking are free. Visitors indulge in an authentic homemade pasta, crispy wood-fired pizzas, and irresistible cannoli. Italian wines flow freely and live music sets the festive mood, while the Saturday evening progression honoring the Virgin Mary adds a touch of traditional reverence. Iowa World Food and Music Festival. Attracting over 90,000 attendees annually, the World Food and Music Festival takes place every August in downtown Des Moines, transforming Western Gateway Park into a global culinary village. This 3-day event showcases cuisines from 30 countries with over 50 food vendors offering diverse dishes. You can sample Bosnian, Greek, Korean, Thai, and Ecuadorian dishes while also enjoying live music on multiple stages, cultural performances, and family-friendly activities. Blue Ribbon Bacon Festival. The Blue Ribbon Bacon Festival, affectionately dubbed Bacon Fest, sizzles every May at the Iowa State Fairgrounds in Des Moines. This pork-centric extravaganza is a paradise for bacon enthusiasts aged 21 and up. You can indulge in creative bacon-infused dishes like double bacon-wrapped corn dogs, pork belly fried rice, bacon ice cream, and even bacon-infused cocktails. And the festival goes beyond eating with quirky activities such as a bacon eating contest, a bacon queen pageant, and themed costume contests. Iowa Eats Food and Drink Festival. Taking place annually in April at the Waterloo Convention Center, this one-day celebration is unique in eastern Iowa for exclusively featuring Iowa-produced foods, beverages, and agricultural products. Visitors can enjoy local specialties such as artisanal cheeses, craft beers, farm fresh produce, and locally raised meats. The festival includes cooking demonstrations by Iowa chefs, product showcases from local artisans, and live entertainment. As a relatively new addition to Iowa's food festival calendar, it provides a comprehensive showcase of the state's diverse food and drink offerings. Kansas Hayes Oktoberfest. This lively, German-inspired bash happens every October, coinciding with Fort Hays State University's homecoming weekend. The festival celebrates the heritage of Volga Germans in Ellis County. Expect to find juicy sausages, tangy pickled cabbage, and creamy potato salad that'll transport you straight to the old country. Sweet tooths can indulge in flaky pastries filled with warm, spiced apples, and of course, there's plenty of frothy beer to wash it all down. Taste of Newton. Taking over downtown Newton each October, this taste has its roots in Bethel College's centennial celebration back in 1987 and has since grown into a major community affair. You can expect a plethora of local foods, including everything from smoky barbecue to creative fusion tacos. And don't miss the homemade pies. Tart cherry, creamy peanut butter, and good old apple are just a few of the mouth-watering options. Kentucky World Chicken Festival. Held in London during the last full weekend of September each year, this festival celebrates the area's chicken heritage. At the heart of the festival is the famous fried chicken dinner, cooked in the world's largest stainless steel skillet, which churns out over 120,000 meals during the event. Local non-profit organizations also whip up their own chicken specialty dishes, giving festival goers a taste of authentic Kentucky home cooking. World Fest. Taking place in Louisville, World Fest transforms the Belvedere into a culinary United Nations every Labor Day weekend. From Mexican tacos that'll make you say, ay caramba, to Cuban dishes that'll have you salsa dancing. This 4-day fiesta serves up a smorgasbord of flavors from 20 to 30 cultures. Munch on Asian stir-fries, Middle Eastern kebabs, or European sausages as you stroll along the Ohio River. With over 150 vendors, it's like spinning a flavorful globe right in downtown Louisville. Barbecue and Barrels. Owensboro Barbecue and Barrels Festival, held annually in May, is a sizzling evolution of a 45-year tradition. This Kentucky shindig has grown from a simple barbecue bash to a smokin' hot celebration, now pairing pit smoke delights with barrel-aged spirits. The 2023 rebranding cleverly tapped into Western Kentucky's booming bourbon scene, creating a mouthwatering marriage of meaty heritage and liquid gold. It's where sauce meets spirit, proving that sometimes change can be finger-licking good. Louisiana French Quarter Festival. Every April, the Big Easy's French Quarter sizzles with a culinary crescendo that'll make your taste buds do the jazz. The French Quarter Festival serves up a gumbo of local flavors, from jambalaya to po' boys, with over 60 eateries dishing out their best. Sweet tooths can indulge in powdery beignets. That's beignet for the uninitiated, and creamy pralines. And for the adventurous, deep-fried seafood stuffed bell peppers and Cajun seafood egg rolls await. National Fried Chicken Festival, New Orleans, Louisiana. New Orleans lakefront transforms into a clucking good time at the Fried Chicken Festival each October. This 2-day wing-ding serves up a poultry paradise with over 30 vendors from across the nation. From Southern classics to international twists, it's a finger-licking feast featuring everything from chicken and waffles to Korean fried chicken baos. Competitive eaters can strut their stuff in eating contests, while live music keeps the party flapping. And don't miss the heated battles for the best fried chicken and People's Choice Award. It's enough to ruffle anyone's feathers. Breaux Bridge Crawfish Festival. Breaux Bridge, Louisiana, turns into a crawfish capital for its yearly festival. This 3-day seafood celebration serves up a tasty array of dishes, from spicy stews to crispy, fried crawfish. Daring eaters can try zesty sausages and unique crawfish-topped bread. With lively tunes setting the beat, visitors can dance off their dinner or join a contest to show off their moves. Every May, it's a shell of a good time that'll have you pinching yourself to make sure you're not dreaming. Maine Lobster Festival. For 5 tasty days every August, Rockland, Maine becomes a Red Lobster diner's dream. The Maine Lobster Festival dishes out a huge 20,000 pounds of lobster to 70,000 hungry folks. From simple rolls to cheesy lobster mac, it's a feast fit for a sea king. But it's not just about eating. There's a parade, cooking contests, and the crazy lobster crate race. Because nothing says I love lobster like trying not to fall into cold water while running on floating boxes. Yarmouth Clam Festival. This seaside festival serves up everything from classic clam rolls to chowder that'll make your taste buds do the wave. Land lovers, fear not, there's grub for you too. The whole town digs in, cooking up a storm for charity and proving that when it comes to clams, they're not shellfish at all. Every July, over 100,000 visitors flock to this 50-year-old feast, making it clear that in Yarmouth, life's a beach and then you dine. Harvest on the Harbor. From cheesy lobster pasta to oysters fresher than a sea breeze, this heaping helping of a festival held in Portland dishes out fancy eats that'll make your stomach growl. Watch kitchen wizards battle it out live, Sip local brews that'll put hair on your chest, and nibble on cheeses fancier than a cat in a tuxedo. Whether you're a fish fan, meat muncher, or a veggie enthusiast, there's something to tickle every tongue. Every October, this feast proves that in Maine, fall isn't just about leaves changing, it's about plates emptying. Maryland Seafood Festival. Annapolis gets to cracking every September as Sandy Point State Park hosts a 2-day seafood bonanza. Dive into Maryland's finest, from steamed crabs to savory cakes. Sip local brews, judge dueling soups, and tap your toes to live tunes. It's a Bayside bash that proves Maryland knows how to throw a party, shell and all. U.S. Oyster Festival. Leonardtown's St. Mary's County Fairgrounds becomes Oyster Central for a pearl of a party each and every October. Slurp 'em up raw, crunch 'em fried, or dive into stews and fritters that'll make your taste buds do the wave. Watch shucking superstars battle it out in a shell-shocking showdown where the winner gets to clam international fame. Amateur chefs flex their culinary muscles in a cook-off that's anything but fishy. And if you're not feeling so shellfish, there's plenty of other seafood, craft brews, and wines to keep you afloat. Massachusetts, Wellfleet Oysterfest. Wellfleet's annual Shellfish Festival turns Cape Cod into Clam Camelot every October. This 2-day feast serves up oysters and clams in more ways than you can shake a shucking knife at. From raw on the half shell to crispy po' boys that'll make your taste buds do the cha-cha. Watch as shell slingers battle it out on the shuck-off, where fingers fly faster than a seagull spotting a dropped fry. With 20,000 visitors annually, this festival proves that in Wellfleet, autumn isn't just about pumpkin spice, it's about getting spiced up on seafood. Boston Local Food Festival. At the Boston Local Food Festival, you can nibble on cheeses so local, they practically have zip codes, and donuts that'll make you question why apples ever left the tree. From grass-fed sliders to veggie delights that could convert a T-Rex, there's something for every palate. Don't miss the seafood throwdown. It's like the Chopped met the perfect storm and had a delicious baby. Every September, this Rose Kennedy Greenway extravaganza proves that in New England, fall isn't about leaf peeping, it's about feast seeking. St. Anthony's Feast. Boston's North End turns into Little Italy on steroids every August as pasta flows like wine and cannolis are practically currency. Sausages sizzle, meatballs roll, and zappoli float through the air like powdered sugar clouds. It's a carbs and keto diet lover's fantasy where diets come to die and stretchy pants are highly recommended. This 4-day feast proves that in Boston, you don't need a passport to experience Italy, just a big appetite and a willingness to say manja to everything in sight. Michigan National Cherry Festival. Traverse City erupts into a cherry-pocalypse where pits become projectiles and pies vanish faster than Michigan's summer. Witness pancakes defy gravity in the very cherry flying pancake breakfast, and brave souls battle in fruity feasts that would make competitive eaters blush. From cherry-infused wines to barbecue sauce, this festival proves that these tiny fruits are more versatile than a Swiss Army knife. It's a week-long cherry-bration that transforms the city into a Willy Wonka factory for adults every July. Cheeseburger Fest. Caseville morphs into a carnivore's Caribbean, where flip-flops are black tie and cheeseburgers are legal tender. Gawk as tropical fools waddle down Main Street in a parade that's part Margaritaville, part Midwest charm. Jimmy Buffett tunes waft through the air, convincing landlubbers their seaside sippin' boat drinks. From creative burger concoctions to tropical libations, this 10-day bash proves that paradise is wherever you can find a good patty and a laid-back attitude. Every August, this small town flips the script on summer festivals, drawing crowds that could populate a small country. Royal Oak Taco Fest. Downtown Royal Oak becomes a tortilla-wrapped wonderland, where salsa replaces motor oil and tacos fuel the masses. Every July, you can marvel at masked luchadores body-slamming between bites while you navigate a labyrinth of over 50 taco vendors' fusion creations that would make traditionalists weep. It's a 4-day fiesta that proves tacos aren't just Tuesday's fare, they're a lifestyle. Minnesota State Fair. The Minnesota State Fair is a gastronomic gauntlet featuring 500 different eats from 300 food stands, where tradition meets taste bud-boggling innovation. And while classics like corn dogs and mini donuts hold court, each year brings a new lineup of culinary daredevils. In 2024, 33 new contenders entered the ring, including deep-fried ranch dressing and cotton candy iced tea for when you need a sugar rush with your caffeine fix. From grilled purple sticky rice on a stick to Swedish soda sliders that'll have you yodeling, the Great Minnesota Get-Together serves up a smorgasbord of delights that'll leave you loosening your belt every August through Labor Day. Minnesota Food Truck Festival. This rolling smorgasbord hits Hopkins, St. Paul, and Anoka faster than you could say food coma, serving up everything from crispy pork belly to gourmet mini donuts. It's speed dating for your taste buds, with St. Paul hosting the main event, a 50-truck throwdown that'll leave you wishing your stomach was as expansive as the Mississippi. From June through August, this festival proves that in Minnesota, the best meals come with wheels. Taste of Minnesota. Downtown Minneapolis morphs into a culinary carnival where food vendors multiply like rabbits and music fills the air. With 60 stalls slinging everything from shrimp ceviche to jerk chicken, it's like a world tour without leaving the Midwest. Munch on a elote pizza while zipline daredevils soar overhead, or savor Grandpa's secret cheese pie recipe as wrestlers body slam nearby. It's a sensory overload that'll leave you stuffed, deaf, and possibly airborne. Every July, this festival proves that Minnesota knows how to throw a party that's equal parts delicious and bonkers. Mississippi World Catfish Festival. Belzona becomes a whisker-lickin' wonderland every April where catfish takes center stage in more forms than you can shake a fishing rod at. From traditional fried fillets to avant-garde catfish tacos, this festival proves that these bottom feeders are top-tier cuisine. You can watch chefs battle it out in a fantastic cook-off or witness brave souls attempting to out-eat each other in the catfish consuming contest. Delta Hot Tamale Festival. Greenville spices up October with its Delta Hot Tamale Festival, where the humble tamale gets a southern makeover. Made Delta style, they pack more heat than a Mississippi summer. Learn to rap like a pro, parade through spice-scented streets, and test your stomach's limits in the tamale eating showdown. It's a cornucopia of flavor that proves the South knows how to roll. Biloxi Seafood Festival. Every September, Biloxi's town green becomes a seafood lover's dream destination. From shrimp served 6 ways to Sunday to oyster po' boys that'll make you weak in the knees, is a 2-day deep dive into oceanic delights. Don't miss the Gumbo Championship. It's a ladle-to-ladle battle that'll have you saying holy crawfish faster than you can slurp an oyster. Missouri. Taste of St. Louis. The Taste of St. Louis is like the ultimate foodie playground, taking over Ballpark Village every August. But this isn't just any food festival. It's a 3-day extravaganza where St. Louis's best restaurants and food trucks show off their culinary superpowers. You'll find everything from gourmet tacos that'll make your taste buds do a happy dance, to pizzas so good you'll want to propose to them. And let's talk about the barbecue. It's so smoky and delicious you might just shed a tear of joy. Vegans and gluten-free folks, don't worry, you're not left out of this flavor party. There's something for everyone, and trust us, you'll want to try it all. Festival of Nations. Held in Tower Grove Park each August, this festival is where St. Louis turns into a mini United Nations of food. We're talking about over 80 countries serving up their best dishes. You can start your day with some Filipino barbecue, have Jamaican oxtail for lunch, and end with Venezuelan arepas for dinner. And that's just scratching the surface. The jollof rice is so good, it might cause an international incident. And the pad thai, let's just say it's worth fighting over the last noodle. Bluegrass and Barbecue Festival. The Bluegrass and Barbecue Festival at Silver Dollar City in Branson is where barbecue and bluegrass music dreams come true. Folks, each May, the air is filled with the sweet smell of smoke and the sound of banjos. It's like a hoedown for your mouth. The star of the show is the Ribs Extravaganza, where you can sample ribs so tender they practically fall off the bone with a stern look. But don't stop there. The brisket is melt in your mouth amazing, and the pulled pork might just change your life. They even have barbecue nachos. And for dessert, mason jar treats that are as cute as they are delicious. Montana, Huckleberry Festival. Trout Creek Park turns into a berry bonanza every second weekend of August, where huckleberries rule supreme. From pancakes drowning in purple syrup to pizza that'll make you question everything you knew about toppings, this festival proves that these tiny berries pack a mighty punch. With over 100 craft booths and enough huckleberry treats to turn you violet, it's a sweet celebration that'll leave you saying, I don't give a huck about any other fruit. Choke Cherry Festival. Lewistown's Main Street becomes a tangy paradise on the first Saturday post-Labor Day, where the humble choke cherry gets its moment in the spotlight. From classic preserves to choke cherry wine that'll make your taste buds pucker with joy, this festival proves that sometimes a little tartness goes a long way. Start with pancakes swimming in homemade syrup and end with barbecue sauce that'll make you rethink your relationship with ketchup. It's a very good time that'll leave you cherry cheerful. Western Montana Fair. Missoula's August extravaganza is where calories come to party and diets go to die. While rides and rodeos try to steal the show, we all know food is the real MVP. Sink your teeth into the legendary Viking or go for gold with the Gold Miner sandwich. And don't miss the Indian tacos, a cultural mashup that'll have your taste buds doing a happy dance. It's a fair that proves Montana knows how to turn eating into an extreme sport. Nebraska, Applejack Festival. Nebraska City transforms into the apple capital every third weekend of September. From classic pies to apple-infused cocktails that'll have you sing Orchard, this festival proves that an apple a day keeps boredom at bay. Sink your teeth into apple-stuffed pork chops or apple-glazed chicken, because who said fruits can't be meaty? It's a cornucopia of flavors that'll leave you feeling positively pip-tastic. Popcorn Days. North Lou pops off every August with a buttery bonanza that's been curdling since 1901. From classic butter-drenched delights to dill pickle popcorn that'll make your taste buds do a double take, this festival proves that popcorn isn't just for movies anymore. Try popcorn-crusted chicken or popcorn ice cream and wash it down with popcorn-infused beer. It's a pop culture phenomenon that'll leave you feeling all fluffy inside. Taste of Omaha. Omaha's waterfront becomes a culinary battlefield every first weekend of June, where steaks and sushi rolls duke it out for your affection. From wood-fired pizzas to Korean barbecue burritos that'll make your grandma question everything. This festival proves that Omaha is more than just the birthplace of the Reuben. It's a gastronomic gladiator arena where only the hungriest survive. Nevada, Great American Foodie Fest. Henderson's Galleria at Sunset is where you need to be every September. It's where over 40 food trucks duke it out for your taste buds' affection. From Fuku Burger's juicy creations to unicorn corn that'll make your Instagram pop. This feast proves that food on wheels can be a big deal. Crowned Vegas's best for 8 years running, it's where comfort food meets culinary adventure. Come hungry, leave happy, and maybe a few pounds heavier. El Dorado Great Italian Festival. Reno goes full that's every October, turning into Little Italy faster than you can say Mamma Mia. Feast on classics like chicken parm or get adventurous with tortellini that'll make your Nonna jealous. Don't miss the mushroom ravioli. It's so good, it should be illegal. Brave souls can tackle the gelato eating contest because nothing says Italian like brain freezes in public. It's a weekend where calories don't count and everyone's a little bit Italian. Taste of Downtown. Carson City's historic streets become a culinary catwalk every June, where 24 local eateries strut their stuff. From gourmet tacos that'll tango with your taste buds to oysters fresher than a Nevada breeze. It's a gastronomic tour de force. Stroll from Robinson to Fifth, sampling bites that'll make your stomach say howdy. It's one night where diet is a 4-letter word, and your only worry is which flavor to try next. New Hampshire, Hampton Beach Seafood Festival. Hampton Beach turns into Seafood Central during September, where over 50 vendors serve up ocean delights faster than you can say pass the tartar sauce. From lobster rolls that'll make you weak in the claws to chowder so good you'll want to swim in it. It's a feast that proves New England knows its seafood. With cornhole tournaments, live tunes, and fireworks over the ocean, it's a shell of a good time that'll leave you feeling fantastic. New Hampshire Bacon and Beer Festival. Merrimack sizzles with excitement every June as bacon lovers and beer enthusiasts unite for a porktacular celebration. From classic strips to bacon-wrapped everything, yes, even desserts, it's a swine dining experience that'll leave you squealing with joy. And with over 60 craft brewers offering 150 different brews, you can wash down that bacon with style. Don't miss the pulled pork contest. It's a smokin' hot competition that'll have you saying oink oink all the way home. New Jersey. Hoboken Italian Festival. Hoboken's waterfront goes full, that's amore, each September, serving up enough Italian goodness to make your nonna weep with joy. From pasta fresher than a Jersey attitude to cannolis filled faster than you can say, forget about it, is a 4-day carb-loading extravaganza. Watch an 800-pound Madonna statue take a stroll. Then witness boats getting blessed because even seafood needs a little divine intervention. Jersey Eats. New Jersey flexes its culinary muscles year-round with this food festival triple threat. From Trenton's Spring Fling to Oceanport's Summer Pizza Party, it all culminates in Secaucus Fall Feast. Sample everything from classic pork roll to disco fries that'll make your taste buds boogie. With local spirits flowing, it's a chance to eat your way through the Garden State without ever leaving your stretchy pants. Proof that in New Jersey, good eats are always in season. Festival of the Sea. Point Pleasant Beach becomes iNeptune's buffet every September, where seafood enthusiasts can get their fill of oceanic delights. From crab cakes that'll make you snap your claws for more, to paella so authentic you'll check for a Spanish passport. It's a maritime feast that'll have you speaking fluent fish. With hundreds of craft vendors, you can shop off those extra pounds while justifying that third lobster roll. It's a sure thing you won't want to miss. New Mexico. Hatch Chili Festival. Late August is when you can witness the town of Hatch switch over to Chili Town, where peppers party harder than college freshmen. Watch chilies do the hot drum dance, filling the air with spicy perfume. Munch on green chili cheeseburgers that'll make your taste buds tango or cool off with chili ice cream that's confusingly delicious. With watermelon eating contest and chili-dusted everything, it's a fiery fiesta that'll leave you feeling hot, hot, hot. Santa Fe Wine and Chili Fiesta. Santa Fe spices up September with the wine and chili extravaganza that'll make your palate pop. From hearty green chili stew to sopapilla sweeter than dessert sunset, it's a flavor fiesta that proves New Mexico knows how to party. Fusion dishes blend cultures faster than you can say pass the chipotle, while wine dinners pair vino with views. It's a spicy, sippable celebration that'll have you seeing red and green. New Mexico State Fair. At Albuquerque's September Fair, you can sink your teeth into green chili cheeseburgers that'll make you question your life choices in a good way. Breakfast burritos become all-day affairs, while green chili cheese curds prove that Wisconsin's got nothing on New Mexico. Don't miss the corn in a cup. It's like elote went to college and came back cooler. With Navajo tacos that'll transport your taste buds to Flavortown, this fair proves that in New Mexico, spice is more than just nice. It's a way of life. New York. Dragon Fest. From July to October, NYC transforms into a Chinese culinary wonderland, where over 100 dishes dance on your taste buds. From soup dumplings that burst with flavor to scallion pancakes crispier than a New York minute. It's a walk and roll adventure. Watch noodles get stretched longer than your patience in rush hour traffic and bite into meatballs so good they're fit for a lion. With dragon dances weaving through the crowds, it's a feast that'll leave you breathing fire in a good way. Smorgasburg. Brooklyn and Manhattan became foodie playgrounds from April to October, where global flavors collide faster than subway trains. Slurp oysters, smash burgers, and munch on Korean corn dogs that'll make you question everything you knew about fair food. Veggie lovers, fear not. There's enough plant-based goodness to make a rabbit jealous. With ever-changing vendors, it's like a culinary roulette where everyone's a winner. Just bring your appetite and leave your diet at home. Feast of San Gennaro. Little Italy explodes into a carb-loaded carnival every September. For 11 days, the streets become a gastronomic gladiator arena with sausages and peppers battling it out. Watch brave souls tackle the cannoli eating contest, proving that in NYC, competitive eating is practically an Olympic sport. With music, games, and enough Italian pride to make the leaning tower stand straight, it's a feast that'll leave you saying, Mamma Mia, all the way home. North Carolina. Taste of Charlotte. Calories don't count and forks are optional in Uptown Charlotte every June. From shrimp and grits that'll make your taste buds do the Charleston to Korean barbecue tacos that'll soul your world. It's a 3-day flavor fiesta. Wash it all down in the beer and wine garden because nothing says balanced diet like a cupcake in one hand and a craft brew in the other. It's a taste of the Queen City that'll leave you royally stuffed. Raleigh International Food Festival. Raleigh becomes a United Nations of Noms every June, where your taste buds can globetrot without a passport. From Aussie meat pies to Nigerian jollof rice, it's like spinning a flavor roulette wheel where everyone's a winner. Sip wines from lands far and wide, proving that in Raleigh, diplomacy is best served with a side of delicious. It's a world tour for your mouth that'll leave you fluent in yum. Lexington Barbecue Festival. Lexington turns into pork paradise every October, where hickory smoke is the new air freshener. Sink your teeth into shoulder meat so tender it falls off the bone and onto your shirt. Fashion be damned. With vinegar-based sauce zestier than a southern grandma's gossip, it's a flavor explosion that'll have you speaking fluent oink. 100,000 visitors can't be wrong. This festival proves that in Lexington, barbecue isn't just food, it's a way of life. North Dakota. Norsk Hogsfest. Minot morphs into mini Norway every September, where lefse replaces bread and crumb cake is the new currency. Sink your teeth into fish cakes that'll make you say ufta, and meatballs so Swedish they come with assembly instructions. Try a lutefisk burger if you dare, or stick to Viking tacos. No horned helmets required. With Kranzakaka towers taller than your winter boots, this festival proves that in North Dakota, Scandinavian isn't just an ancestry, it's a flavor explosion. North Dakota State Fair. Minot becomes a calorie carnival every July, where 300,000 visitors come to eat their weight in fun. Munch on Dakota stir-fry noodles that'll make your taste buds do the polka, or brave the crab fritters that are more addictive than Netflix. The food frenzy competition turns eating into an extreme sport, proving that in North Dakota, creativity comes with a side of deep fried. It's 9 days of farm animals, Ferris wheels, and food comas that'll leave you saying, oh you betcha. Downtown Fargo Street Fair. Fargo's streets become paved in food every July, where 150,000 visitors come to eat, drink, and be merry, emphasis on the eat. From forking delicious to hot off the press, these food trucks serve up puns and plates that'll make your Instagram and your stomach happy. Wash it all down with local brews while browsing crafts you don't need but totally want. With live tunes setting the mood, it's a street party that proves Fargo is more than just a movie. Ohio, Taste of Cincinnati. Since 1979, this fest happening on Cincinnati's 5th Street has been serving up everything from classic chili to cuisine that'll make your passport jealous. Munch on goetta. It's a thing, trust us. Or go green with veggie options that'll make even carnivores curious. With wallet-friendly prices, you can afford to eat your way through the Queen City without needing a royal budget. It's a taste bud adventure that proves Cincinnati is more than just a heck of a word to spell. Asian Food Fest. Court Street Plaza becomes Asia's unofficial embassy every April, where over 60 vendors serve up dishes spicier than your ex's Instagram feed. Chump on Korean barbecue or dive into curries that'll make your taste buds do the Macarena. Don't miss the secret menu. It's like a culinary speakeasy, where authenticity is the password. With comedy acts and cultural performances, it's a whirlwind tour of Asia that'll leave you saying, Ohio, more like, oh wow. Proof that in Cincinnati, you don't need a passport to travel the world, just an empty stomach and a sense of adventure. Taste of Tremont. Cleveland's trendiest neighborhood turns into a foodie's playground every July, where Professor Avenue becomes Flavor University for a day. Local eateries and food trucks serve up bite-size for sampling, but packed with enough taste to make your tongue do backflips. From pierogies that'll transport you to Poland faster than a plane ticket, to tacos that'll have you saying, holy guacamole, it's a culinary crash course in delicious. With live tunes setting the mood and local brews flowing, it's proof that in Tremont, good taste isn't just about the food, it's a way of life. Oklahoma. World's largest calf fry festival and cook-off. When September rolls around, Vinita, Oklahoma becomes a testicle tasting capital of the world, where 2,000 pounds of Rocky Mountain oysters get the royal treatment. From classic breaded bites to creative cowboy cuisine, it's a ballsy celebration that'll have you saying, oh my gonad. Don't worry, chicken-hearted folks, there's plenty of less anatomically adventurous grub too. With barbecue so tender, it'll make you weep like a bull in a steakhouse. This festival proves that in Oklahoma, they don't just grab life by the horns, they fry them up and serve them with sauce. Big Bite. At Tulsa's Gateway Event Center every April, portion control is just a suggestion, and tight-fitting pants are a mistake. 30 of Oklahoma's finest food slingers gather to prove that in the Sooner State, bigger is always better. Choose between generous appetite for endless eats or very indulgent plate for the full VIP treatment. Complete with caviar, because nothing says Oklahoma quite like fancy fish eggs. It's a feast that'll leave you fuller than a tick on a lazy dog and prove that in Tulsa, they don't just bite off more than they can chew. They swallow it whole and ask for seconds. Oregon. Astoria Warrington Crab Seafood and Wine Festival. Every April, Astoria and Warrington throw a party for your taste buds. The Clatsop County Fair and Expo Center turns into a seafood palace with over 150 vendors. Crab steals the show, popping up in more dishes than you can shake a claw at. But don't worry, there's plenty of other ocean goodies to go around. Not a fan of things that swim? Well, they've got you covered with land-based treats too. Wash it all down with Oregon wines and local brews. And if you need a break from stuffing your face, there's live music and local art to keep you entertained. Newport Seafood and Wine Festival. February in Newport means it's time for a seafood and wine showdown. This 30-year-old party is where Northwest grub meets Oregon's grape juice. Fresh seafood is the star here, from razor clams to Dungeness crab bisque. But the real fun? The chowder competition. It's your chance to play food critic and crown the chowder champ. On the wine side, both pros and amateurs battle it out. You can sip and swirl to your heart's content, all while pretending you know what you're talking about. Feast Portland. Portland's Feast Portland brings together chefs from near and far for a 4-day eating extravaganza every September. From hands-on classes to fancy dinners with big-name chefs, there's something for every food fanatic. Events include chef battles and night markets that'll take your taste buds on a world tour. The dishes change every year, but one thing's for sure, you'll leave with a full belly and possibly a few new buttons popped on your shirt. Pennsylvania. Picklesburg. Pittsburgh becomes pickle paradise every July, where briny is beautiful and dill is the new black. From pickle ice cream that'll make your taste buds do a double take to pickle juice drinking contests that will pucker your soul. It's a 3-day celebration of all things green and tangy. Watch as giant Heinz pickle balloon looms over the city like a gherkin-shaped UFO. It's proof that in Pittsburgh, they don't just preserve cucumbers, they pickle up a party. Little Italy Days. Every August, Bloomfield cranks up the Italian spirit to full throttle, where pasta flows like a waterfall and cannolis might as well be legal tender. Liberty Avenue morphs into a Roman holiday just without the Vespa wipeouts. Watch as Italian-American celebs take on Irish officials in bocce, because nothing says unity like a good old ball-throwing showdown. With 100,000 visitors, it's Pittsburgh's largest heritage fest, where the Steel City forges not just metal, but memories, Italian style. Holy Trinity Taste of Greece Festival. McCandless turns into mini Athens every August, where Greek church members serve up authenticity hotter than Hades. Sink your teeth into succulent pork skewers and spinach pies flakier than a Greek god's abs. Dance off the baklava with some folk moves, or just watch the professionals shake their feta. It's 4 days of Mediterranean madness that'll leave you feeling more Greek than a Zorba marathon. Rhode Island. Rhode Island Seafood Festival. Come September, India Point Park turns into a seafood Super Bowl, where chowder is the real MVP and lobster rolls are the stuff of legends. The Ocean State's finest seafood joints show off their best catches, while the burger crowd gets a nod too. Fried clams, seafood tacos, and local brews keep the party rolling, with Rhode Island bands providing the soundtrack. Just keep an eye out for those seagulls. They're plotting a heist on your lunch. Charleston Seafood Festival. Steaming lobsters, briny oysters, and clam cakes that'll have you hooked from the first bite await you each August in Ninigret Park. The air is thick with chowder and carnival energy, perfect for daring a rock wall climb or hitting up craft vendors, maybe not in that order. The 3 days of pure seafood bliss, but fair warning, save the lobster roll for after the rides. Newport Oyster and Chowder Festival. May in Newport means one thing: Bowen's Wharf is the spot for oyster fanatics. With shellfish straight from Rhode Island waters, each oyster is like a salty surprise waiting to be cracked open. And if oysters aren't your thing, Chowder's got you covered. Live music, harbor views, and a weekend of shellfish indulgence, Newport knows how to kick off summer right. South Carolina, world-famous Blue Crab Festival. When May hits Little River, the blue crab takes center stage at the world-famous Blue Crab Festival, a 2-day crustacean celebration. Here, crab lovers unite to crack, pick, and savor everything from steamed crabs to crab cakes that might just ruin all other seafood for you. Not a fan of crab? No worries. There's plenty more seafood to dive into. With live beach tunes to keep you moving, you might even find yourself attempting a crab walk on the dance floor. South Carolina Pecan Music and Food Festival. Every November, Florence turns nutty with the South Carolina Pecan Music and Food Festival, where pecans get their groove on. Whether it's pies that could make your grandma rethink her recipe or pecan-crusted delights that defy logic, this festival knows how to celebrate the humble nut. It's not just pecans, though. You'll find southern comfort foods that'll have you loosening your belt in no time. Go nuts, but fair warning, you'll leave feeling a little cracked. Columbia Food and Wine Festival. April in Columbia means 5 days of culinary heaven at the Food and Wine Festival, a flavor-packed playground for foodies. From hands-on pasta demos to dessert nights that'll send your sweet tooth into orbit, it's a feast for the senses. Whether you're craving fried chicken, shrimp and grits, or a world tour of international bites, you'll find it here, paired perfectly with craft beer, local wines, and cocktails that go down smooth. With over 60 restaurants and breweries dishing out their best at the grand tasting, you might want to look into intermittent fasting beforehand. South Dakota Chislik Festival. Freeman's population skyrockets each July as Chislik lovers descend for the South Dakota Chislik Festival. This isn't your average barbecue. It's all about cubes of seasoned, grilled, or fried meat, with lamb traditionally leading the charge. But don't worry, there's beef, venison, and buffalo Chislik to satisfy your carnivorous cravings. Schmeckfest. Each spring, Freeman serves up tradition with a side of German-Russian heritage at Schmeckfest, where Festival of Tasting means exactly what you'd hope: endless tables of deliciousness. This is your chance to dive into buffet-style dishes like noodle soup, bratwurst, and the ever-popular kuchen, a pastry so good it'll make you rethink dessert. Peach flavor, anyone? Sauerkraut and cheese buttons also make an appearance, with craft demos and community performances rounding out the fun. If you're in town during Schmeckfest, just follow the aroma of stewed beef and sweet kuchen. Tennessee, Chester County Barbecue Festival. Henderson's Chester County Barbecue Festival turns the courthouse lawn into a barbecue oasis, where whole hog is the undeniable star, thanks to Hunt's Tennessee Barbecue. Every September, you can dive into pulled pork, ribs, chicken, and brisket, all while savoring the smoky goodness. Once a quaint courthouse event, it now stretches across Main Street, giving foodies plenty of room to feast. World's biggest fish fry. Harris, Tennessee knows how to celebrate catfish, frying up over 12,000 pounds of it every April during the world's biggest fry fish. The Fish Tent offers all-you-can-eat crispy catfish, hush puppies, and slaw, but that's just the start. The week-long festival also brings catfish races, hush puppy eating contests, and enough southern specialties to keep you coming back for more. Don't miss the carnival, parades, and rodeo, because April in Paris is all about fried fish and fun. Rajin Cajun Crawfish Festival. Memphis gets spicy each April when the Rajin Cajun Crawfish Festival boils up thousands of pounds of crawfish for a Louisiana-style feast. Crawfish, seasoned with the perfect Cajun spice blend, is the main event, but shrimp, corn, and potatoes have also joined the party in recent years. Add in jambalaya, gumbo, and red beans and rice, plus live Cajun music, and you've got yourself one heck of a festive spring celebration. Texas, Hot Luck Live Food and Music. This Austin food concert serves up a united nation of flavors hotter than a jalapeno's temper. From the El Fuego open-air cookout, where chefs play with fire, to Camp Sunnyside, the morning after cure for your food coma, it's a weekend of gastronomic gymnastics taking place each May. With chef-driven twists that'll make your grandma's recipes blush and music spanning from jazz to indie rock, this festival is more explosive than a deep-fried turkey mishap. A Night in Old San Antonio. A Night in Old San Antonio, or Niosa, as it's commonly known, is a 4-night fiesta that transforms La Vida into a culinary DeLorean with 14 distinct cultural areas. From Tex-Mex that'll make you say yeehaw, to German sausages that'll have you yodeling. This annual April festival is a global potluck in your backyard. And don't miss the crispy chicken on a stick. It's so good, even the chicken's willing to cross the road for it. Carne Asada Fest. Grill thrills and Latin beats come together at Dallas's Carne Asada Fest every May. This meat lover's dream at Gillies Dallas is all about grilling delicious beef. From classic asada to fun patacos, your taste buds are in for a treat. Cool off with paletas, Mexican popsicles, and enjoy Latin music and cultural fun. It's a party so good, you'll be loosening your belt and asking for seconds before you even finish your first bite. Utah, Living Traditions Festival. Every May, Salt Lake City serves up a cultural feast at the Living Traditions Festival. This free 3-day extravaganza is like speed dating 90 cultures through food, art, and performances. The food market is an international array of nosh featuring over 20 vendors slinging everything from Bosnian savapi to Tibetan momos. It's a chance to taste test the world without leaving Utah. Talk about a staycation for your taste buds. Savor the Summit. June in Park City means it's time for Savor the Summit, where Main Street becomes the world's fanciest picnic. Picture a grand table, longer than a giraffe's neck, seating 2,500 hungry humans. Local eateries show off specially crafted menus, serving up mountain-shaped inspired munchies against a backdrop of the Wasatch Range. Is outdoor dining cranked up to full throttle with live music to boot? Vermont, Garlic Town, USA. Every Labor Day weekend, Bennington, Vermont transforms into Garlic Town, USA, a pungent paradise that'll make vampires run for the hills. Over 125 vendors peddle everything from garlic ice cream to garlic margaritas, because nothing says party like breath that could peel paint. With global cuisines and specialty products like garlic jam, it's a festival that proves garlic makes everything better, even your social distancing game. Vermont Cheesemakers Festival. Shelburne Farms hosts the Vermont Cheesemakers Festival each September, kicking off a week-long dairy dreamscape across the state. Sample cheeses so local they practically moo, from raw milk varieties to Cabot's 5-year cheddar, aged longer than some Hollywood marriages. Pair your cheese with cherry port preserves or local libations and start at Harpoon Brewery's Cheese Fest. It's a celebration that'll make you grateful cows can't strike. Vermont Maple Festival. Every April, St. Albans gets sticky with the Vermont Maple Festival, a 3-day celebration of all things maple. This syrupy soiree has been tapping into fun for over 50 years, proving that tree juice can be a real crowd pleaser. From pancake breakfast drowning in liquid gold to maple-infused everything, it's a sugar rush waiting to happen. Just remember, resistance is futile when it comes to Vermont's liquid amber. You'll be going with the flow in no time. Virginia, Around the World Cultural Festival. This free fest, held every August in Alexandria's Orinoco Bay Park, features over 20 countries dishing out their best bites. From Cambodian cuisine to Vietnamese vittles, your taste buds can travel the world faster than a jet setter with unlimited miles. Fancy some grilled squid from Laos or Korean bulgogi? They've got you covered. Between courses, shake your tail feather to performances from 15 nations, or shop till you drop at artisan booths. Kids can bounce, fly kites, and get inked, temporarily, while you sample your way around the planet. It's a passport-free adventure for your palate every summer. Urbana Oyster Festival. Tiny Urbana, Virginia becomes the pearl of the Chesapeake Bay during its 2-day oyster festival. Slurp your way through a sea of bivalves prepared every which way, raw, fried, roasted, or fancy-fried as oysters Rockefeller. Not a fan of the briny bunch? No worries, there's plenty of landlubber grub too. This shell of a good time in November will leave you saying shuck yeah as autumn rolls in. Roanoke Wing Fest. Dr. Pepper Park in Roanoke turns into chicken wing heaven as summer heats up. This festival gives new meaning to winging it, with flavors ranging from classic buffalo to wild concoctions like PB&J and blueberry. Vote for your favorite in the People's Choice competition, where vendors battle it out to be the top bird. It's a clucking good time that'll have you flying high on flavor every August. Washington. Taste Washington. Seattle uncorks a wine lover's paradise at Taste Washington, where over 75 restaurants and 200 wineries turn Lumen Field into a gourmet gladiator arena each March. Slurp oysters, crack Dungeness crab, or nibble gourmet grilled cheeses while swirling Washington's finest. Don't miss Pacific Standard, where seafood meets bubbly in a maritime matchmaking extravaganza. It's a grape escape that'll leave you feeling positively fine. Dungeness Crab and Seafood Festival. Port Angeles gets celebrity status every October with its Dungeness Crab and Seafood Festival. The Crab Central tent is where crustacean dreams come true, surrounded by local eateries slinging seafood delights. Feeling shellfish? Hit the raw oyster bar. Wash it all down in the wine and beer garden, toasting to maritime munchies. It's a fantastic celebration that'll have you saying, "Holy crab, that's good." Bite of Seattle. July brings a feeding frenzy to Seattle Center with the Bite of Seattle, where over 250 vendors create a culinary explosion. Globetrot through the dumplings. Dive into sushi tacos or cool off with pineapple cup smoothies. Dare to try Dragon's Breath dessert or sip from a big baby bottle. With the return of sample sizes, you can nibble your way through Seattle's food scene without breaking the bank. West Virginia. West Virginia Roadkill Cook-Off. This Marlington September spectacle turns road hazards into refined cuisine. Chefs compete to create gourmet roadkill dishes with at least 25% wild meat. Sample bear wontons, turtle stew, or drunken deer in the headlights. It's a culinary adventure that'll have you looking at the highway differently. Just remember, the possum playing dead might be your next appetizer. West Virginia Hot Dog Festival. Huntington's July Jamboree is where wieners are winners. Local legends like Stewart's Original and T&L hot dogs duke it out for top dog status. Fancy a Mexican twist? El Botana's food trucks got you covered. It's a sausage fest that'll make you relish every bite. No need to catch up, just muster the courage to try them all. Taste of Our Towns Festival. Lewisburg streets become a movable feast every October with the Taste Our Towns Festival. Toot! From crab cakes to pumpkin fudge, over 50 vendors serve up local flavors. Don't miss the General Lewis Inn's Sticky Toffee Pudding or Greenbrier Sporting Club's Shrimp and Grits. They vanish faster than a magician's rabbit. It's a small-town smorgasbord that'll have you tooting Lewisburg's horn. Wisconsin Cheese Curd Festival. Ellsworth's June Jubilee is where dairy dreams come true. With over 250 cheese varieties, it's a curd nerd's nirvana. Munch on curd-topped burgers like lick cheese and curd ice cream, or go classic with deep-fried squeakers. Don't miss the cinnamon sugar dessert curds. It's like a mini donut and a cheese curd had a delicious baby. Each year brings a new exclusive flavor, like Nacho Supremo curds that'll make you say, holy cow. Wash it all down at the Corks and Kegs tasting event. It's utterly fantastic. Warren's Cranberry Festival. Wisconsin's Berry Best Bash, the Warren's Cranberry Festival, paints the town red every September. From cranberry brats to wine, the festival's got more ways to eat a cranberry than you can shake a bog at. Munch on cranberry-infused everything, from pies to cocktails. Not into tart treats? The 3 Mile Marketplace has cheese, sausages, and crafts galore. It's a very good time that'll leave you seeing red, in the best way possible. Taste of Madison. Labor Day weekend in Madison means it's time to loosen your belt for the Taste of Madison. Over 80 local eateries turn Capitol Square into a foodie's playground, dishing out small plates at $6 or less. From cheese curds to global cuisines, it's a world tour for your taste buds. Chefs whip up festival exclusives so good, your grandma might start asking them for tips. And the new Playtopia area means you can work up an appetite between bites. It's a square meal deal that's anything but square. Wyoming Jackson Hole Food and Wine Festival. Twice a year, in March and June, Wyoming's Rockies get a gourmet makeover at the Jackson Hole Food and Wine Festival, bringing big city chefs to the Wild West and serving up sophistication with a side of mountain views. From intimate dinners in swanky homes to wine tastings that'll make your taste buds explode, it's a feast for all senses. The March edition adds a dash of winter wonderland, letting you shush from slopes to supper. It's where high altitude meets high-end dining, proving that even cowboys can be foodies. Cheyenne Frontier Days. July in Cheyenne means it's time for Frontier Days, a 10-day rodeo palooza where the food is as wild as the Broncos. Sink your teeth into ostrich brats or camel burgers. It's like Noah's Ark went gourmet. New crowd pleasers like Mexican street corn pizza prove that fusion isn't just a fancy city thing. For the truly adventurous, the donut barbecue bacon burger is a heart-stopping, literally, indulgence. Between bites, catch the world's largest outdoor rodeo, nightly concerts, and the Thunderbirds aerial acrobatics. It's a rootin' tootin' good time that'll leave you stuffed and wondering if you can fit into your cowboy boots. All right, folks, we're sure you have plenty to say about this list, so let us know in the comment section your thoughts and what other amazing food festivals in your state that we all need to know about. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.